Hello, it's me again. It's been a few days since my last session, and I'm having another session. My emotions are under control, and I don't know if it was entirely a hormonal thing, but I have had personal issues as well. But I'm feeling better. My dolls are no longer talking to me, and uh, now my problem is that I seem to be having something of a fibromyalgia flare up, and I I may or may not have symptoms of fibromyalgia. It's up in the air. I've had there's no real diagnosis criteria for it except for widespread pain all over the entire body, and I'm not in pain constantly, but I have these flare-ups, and I've been having them for several years. I guess I really started identifying them in like 2013, and this is 2020. That's when I really started noticing them, and I was going through a period of a great deal of weird emotional stress, or sometimes I don't always process my emotions properly. And so instead of feeling an emotion, I'll internalize it, and and it seems like it will manifest in this kind of widespread physical, just kind of a neuropathy. There's just like this tingly, prickly, painy feeling all over my whole body, and sometimes I can feel like I have a like how do I describe it? Sort of like I have a. Uh, it's hard to like I'm underwater, sort of. It feels like I'm underwater when I get this way, and it'll just be this kind of all-consuming, uh, weird feeling. And I've wondered if it was like a mosquito-borne thing. Like, I guess I'm turning my device on now, and I will continue to talk. Um, okay, we still have batteries. That's good. I wondered if it was like the leftovers from a mosquito-borne illness that I might have had years and years ago. Um, I'm not sure if that's what it was, but occasionally I get these flare-ups, and they'll come on very suddenly. Sometimes they'll come on in lieu of getting angry at something. Instead of getting angry, because I don't really get angry very easily, instead of the emotion going outwards, I'll get this sort of wave, and this whole thing will just kind of get all over my body, and it's unpleasant and uncomfortable, and it's also it causes a lot of fatigue, and when the flare-ups are bad, they are not fun at all. But I don't even know if what it is fibromyalgia. It's just that it seems to line up with some of the symptoms. For a little while, I thought I was getting the beginnings of multiple sclerosis. Um, I would, uh, uh, you know, I would just be walking along, minding my own business. Unexpected stress can cause it to happen, uh, and just having an anxiety attack out in public, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, I'm all flared up and have this like hurty feeling. My face hurts and my arms hurt, and so I am not sure if that's fibromyalgia, but it's something that I've had for a while, and I'm having a flare up. Even though for the most part I feel much better, I'm not crying convulsively or anything like that. Um, I, uh, I'm, I, I always have difficulty focusing on things, and today is no exception. But I've been trying to be as functional as I can with taking care of things I'm supposed to do, and then hyper focusing on dolls, which is a thing that I do. Um, I like dolls, and I don't even know why I like dolls. You know, uh, it's something I've always liked. Something I've always done. I've always liked dolls. I do not question it. I'm drawn to them. I like them. I'm obsessed with these dolls that have a round shaped head, like a kind of like a baseball, and I think they call them baseball head dolls. And the, the I think they're Laura Wheeler designs, and I figured that out. I was showing off one of my dolls that I own, a vintage doll, and trying to figure out where to get the pattern, and I got the pattern, and I'm going to try to make one. That's going to be fun because I have a very bad time with instructions, and I understand it's negative for me to say, oh, I'm bad at this and bad at that. I don't mean to. I don't mean for it to sound self-defeating. It's just, I mean, if I have difficulty with something, it's one of the rules of social discourse that I don't quite have the hang of. If I have difficulty with something, like I have a historic difficulty with driving, I cannot drive. I've tried, and I could try harder, I'm sure, but every time I kind of hit a wall. But I don't know. I've been going through some issues, and I've had someone sort of give me a dressing down of my character, and I was, I'm told of all these different flaws I have as an individual, and that I have this negative self-image, that I sort of idealize this negative self-image. I don't know. I don't understand it, but that's what he says, and I'm trying to meditate upon these things and try to figure out what he's talking about to see if I can fix myself and make myself better. Anyway, going off the subject, dolls. I will show you the one doll. I'll show you a couple of dolls in just a second, and that will probably be one of the things I do for my videos in the near future, because I'm going to need to start putting lots of things on eBay. That's right, folks. And most of the things that I have to put on eBay are dolls. I'll be right back. Okay, well, yes. Another thing that causes me to have flare-ups occasionally is doing fine motor tasks for long periods of time. That causes me to have flare-ups too. And it's just irritating. I would like for it to not happen because it's unpleasant. And the longer I can go without a flare-up, the better. And I was seeming to think that the Fisher-Wallace device might be helpful for flare-ups if the flare-ups are of a neurological nature. But I'm not sure if they really are. They just seem to come on during mental stress times, and that's what makes me think that they might be. There's something on my glasses. Okay. The inside. Okay. Anyway, dolls. Like I was saying, I made a couple of dolls recently. I made this one from a free pattern I found online, and this is I shaved my head during quarantine doll, and it was a huge roaring success. But craftsman wise, it is rather clumsy. I could do a much better job. Like, it's got little loose seams and kind of mismatched arms and mismatched legs, and but I knocked it out in a quick hurry from a free pattern that I found, and I thought it was funny, and I like learning how to make these round heads with the seams. So it was a neat learning process, and I still don't quite have it down, but I'm working on it. So this is the I shaved my head during quarantine doll, and I also made this doll here, which is just kind of like a kind of a hippie drippy rag doll. I kind of made up the pattern and used scraps I had lying around. She's not as fun to me as the I shaved my head during quarantine doll, but she's alright. She's a cool doll. And this is a vintage doll, and I guess she is a Laura Wheeler. She's made from a Laura Wheeler pattern, and there are these mail order patterns that you could buy probably in like the 50s, and I found it online at this place called Gail's Doll Patterns, um, to make this jointed, kind of shapely, old-fashioned. It's the Laura Wheeler old-fashioned doll, and she's got this really dense, thick head of hair. Like she's got this really well done, tight uh, uh, hair with braids, and I don't want to. And she's got two straps on her bonnet, like two sets of straps. So you tie up each of her braids separately, which is a neat idea. And we take off her dress to reveal. Da 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 da. Sorry, I normally can carry a tune. Da 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 da. Hubba hubba. She's got this crazy shaped body. It's like a peanut, and I'm obsessed with learning how to make one of these, and she's jointed, like she'll kick, she'll kick you, kick, um, and I've always liked the dolls that had this face shape, this kind of dimensional, chubby cheeked face shape, and this one is just really well done, and she is apparently a Laura Wheeler design, and and the mail order pattern that you could get for her in the olden days had like an iron on, you could iron it onto the fabric. So I ordered a pattern from Etsy, or actually it was from the Gale's. I guess the Gale. There's this place called Gale's Doll Patterns, and she has an Etsy store, but then she has a regular old-fashioned website, and this one was actually on her old-fashioned website, not on her, sorry, not on her Etsy page. And I have my own plans. I'm probably not going to dress her up in a fancy, foofy dress like this if I make these dolls. I want to do something different. And I'm also interested in making topsy-turvy dolls eventually. They just require a lot of patience, and I have a thing where fine motor work, like doing small tasks, like small things, sometimes causes these flare-ups to happen. And I'm just annoyed because I'm having a flare-up, and I'm not exactly sure what caused it exactly. It's either like repressed or displaced emotions, or a nerve thing, or an autoimmune thing, or I'm not sure what it is, but it's obnoxious. And I hope it goes away soon. I hope this is just a tiny baby flare, and that is why I am using my Fisher Wallace device, because I thought I had read that that these devices are supposed to possibly help people with fibromyalgia or autoimmune thingamajigs, if that's what this even is. Yes. So, do. Um, I'll probably have more dolls in my upcoming sessions because I have a lot of dolls. I'm going to be putting dolls on eBay very soon, and just to regiment myself, just so that I can remember to not take too many breaks with this device and to keep going for optimal improvement. I will kill two birds with one stone, and I will do my video while I show off dolls that I'm going to put on eBay, because that's kind of my job right now. And yes, sirs and madams, yes. Anyway, I'm not the driveling mess that I was during my last session, which was a couple of days ago. I'm doing significantly better, or at least I'm trying to. I've definitely improved, except now, yes, flare up. So, it's one day at a time. Yes. I will. My session should be over in less than 5 minutes, I think. Now, I'll just sit here and stare at the camera and wait for you to click through. Nothing more to see here. I'm just twiddling my thumbs. Most anyone probably wouldn't make it this far in the video anyhow. And there's me being negative again. What is wrong with me? I'm not trying to be negative. I promise. I don't suffer from toxic positivity, but I don't mean to be a wholly negative person. Unless perhaps I just am. I don't know. But yes, I've been going through some issues and if you have somebody talk down to you and deconstruct your entire personality into all of its parts to view how bad they are, it's, it gives one a lot to think about. I would certainly never want to do that to another individual because I don't think it's my part. I think that people are the way that they are for varied combination of reasons, and it does no good to just tell someone that blah blah blah. Everyone is a combination of good and bad, and blah. I'm sorry. I'm talking about things that have nothing to do with anything, really. Waiting for my device to, my Fisher Wallace device to beep off, and hopefully it will help my fibromyalgia flare up. Mm-hmm. I really should just go. Okay, bye bye.